welcome to the Rotoscopers YouTube. My name is Chelsea Robson, and today my wonderful guest is going to be Paola Pacreu. Welcome all the way from Mexico. Hey! So we're going to have a bicultural conversation about this movie, Aladdin, the 2019 live-action remake featuring Will Smith. All right, Paola, your thoughts. Go.
Well, I was like surprised. I really liked the movie. I thought that it was gonna be something different. I love Aladdin, so I think they did a good job on letting us, the fans from previous ages, enjoy the movie, but also have something new onto it.
Okay. I also thought that this movie was going to be incredibly terrible. I don't want to say that, but like with all of the live action remakes, I've never been a fan of them. And there's been a couple of them that have totally worked out really well. Cinderella was one that I really liked. The Jungle Book also was one that I really liked. But most of the other ones, I'm like, meh. I really don't have a lot of love for these remakes. And Aladdin was one of those that's like, don't mess with the classics. Why you gotta do that? And then they had a couple clips that came out that where I was like, underwhelming. Very underwhelming. Like for example, they did Prince Ali as like on YouTube, and then I was just like, the very first thing that I thought from that one was that, you know, Will Smith is not a singer per se. He is a rapper, and I love Will Smith as a persona, as a character, as the guy. I love Will Smith. I do. But I was not thinking that my problem was I felt like they weren't letting him be him. Because when you get Robin Williams to play the part of the genie, you do it because you want to have Robin Williams be the genie. And so I was just like scared that they were gonna get Will Smith to play Robin Williams being the genie, which
Was not the case at all.
it wasn't the case. It wasn't. So what were your thoughts on as far as Will Smith playing the genie?
I mean, yeah, you can tell that he was like really different. For me, it was a little bit over the top. Like you could see Will Smith, but at some point in the movie, I felt like he was overacting himself. So
Yeah, I can see that. I can definitely see that. I see specifically, I did not like the CGI on him. I felt like that was really just off-putting in a lot of ways. I loved it. I was like, go back to human, like Will Smith. Go back to that one, because that one's a whole lot easier. You're seriously going to answer a phone in the middle of this? No,
I'm
turn that off.
Turn that off, yeah.
So I felt like he was, yeah, I mean, here's the thing. Like, I didn't think that it was... I like Will Smith, and so I was glad that they like put him as the guy, because that's really what this movie is. It was never a movie about, I don't think it was a movie about Aladdin, like from the beginning. I felt like it was a movie about Robin Williams playing the genie. And so in this one it was like, okay, get somebody to play themselves playing the genie as a genie. So that was what I went into it with. What were your thoughts about the music?
I have to tell, like, the music itself, the singing, I loved it.
Okay.
Like, I was not expecting one of my favorite songs ever, A Whole New World, to be done in a way that I could, like, forget about the other version, even though it sounded so alike.
Yes.
And then, like, oh, they did a good job. Even though they are not the best singers.
I thought they were pretty good.
She was really good.
Yeah, no. That was something that was interesting to me, because I felt like, go back to the 90s, like the princess voice was very clean and had no like pop influences, like very classically trained type sounds as a princess voice. But she like had some like in there, and I was like, oh, girlfriend, get it.
Yeah, some rough edges. That made it interesting.
Yeah, so they brought that in there, which if you're looking at it as a cultural like thing, this movie was never supposed to be a cultural awareness of the Middle East, so I'm just not going to go there. Yeah, but I really liked her. I thought Aladdin, the guy who played him, was cool, and I liked some of the different scenes that they had between the two of them, especially at the beginning, to really kind of solidify that
relationship.
Yeah, like
Friendship.
I could totally dig this guy too. Like I understand what she sees in him, and so I was a fan of that. And then the Whole New World, that one was a good one. I mean, I was a fan. I was a fan of that.
Yeah. I think although, like the best song was her solo.
Yes. So they added a solo for her because it's all about girl power these years. And so at the very, they have like a prequel, I guess you could say, like a very short little thing of her, like kind of her I Want song. And then at the end, her, like, I'm standing up for myself song.
Yeah, I Won't Be Silence.
Yeah, it was good. The guys from Greatest Showman, Benji and I forget their names. I'm sorry.
And Sin.
Huh?
Sin?
Yeah.
No.
Anyway, they wrote those songs, and I was like, they're good songs. So, and then, how did you like Jafar?
I am biased about him.
Yeah?
I don't
Against
know.
him or
No,
for him?
I don't know. That's, I think, can be like a next movie maybe. But it's also something nowadays. Like,
Well,
you
yeah.
explain why the bad guy is acting bad. So,
Oh, but
yeah.
I'm really glad that they didn't go, like, pull a Maleficent or something
oh yeah.
on this, because I would have been ticked if they would have been like, actually, we're going to just show you how Jafar was really just misunderstood. Like, what?
Okay. No, he was not.
Like, no, God was evil. As far as a live action, the thing is, like, in the animated version, his beard is so twisted and everything. Like, you love to hate him. Just like everything about him screams evil. And this guy, he's not everything about him screams evil, but everything about him screams psychopath for sure.
Yep.
So, yeah, I can definitely see how he's just a kind of a creeper, and you wouldn't want to leave him alone with like
No one.
anyone. Yeah, how the dance numbers. They totally brought in,
Yeah.
I'm sure, I don't know the details on this, but I'm sure that they brought in like the top Bollywood dance
Exactly.
like choreographers ever, because there were some pretty hot dance sequences.
Bollywood style all over.
Oh, complete Bollywood style, which I am totally for.
Yep.
I was glad that they did that. I was like, sweet, and it totally worked. I liked that. And then, let's see. How did you like the? I don't know if this is a spoiler. No, just how did you like the ending? I'm not gonna say what the ending was. Did you like the ending?
Yeah, I think it's like nowadays in movies they portray the reality that is happening, so I think it really sets like the mood about what we were talking last night. Like, yeah, that can happen. You can be powerful.
Right. As far as, I mean, they did a good job of, I think, of showing like the female side, you
Yep.
know, and kind of giving, definitely gave Jasmine a whole new voice.
Yep.
I mean, aside from the actual new songs, they gave her like a lot more depth, and I appreciated that. So that was good. I mean, Genie didn't go to Disneyland at the end. That was a sad part. I will say that he doesn't go to Disneyland. He does mention it.
Mhm.
But anyway, okay. All in all, would you pay to see this movie again?
I almost never see movies a second time, but I think I would.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whoa. I'm honestly gonna say at the end of this movie, I thought I would actually see this again.
Yep.
And I was not expecting to say that. I definitely was not. There were a couple parts where I was like, well, that was kind of interesting how they kind of, moved through some of the plot points of this movie. There were some parts that were faster than others, and as far as like being a direct copy of the animated film, which I'm glad that they expanded
kept something.
they kept things, but I'm also glad that they took the time to make it work in a live action world.
Yeah.
Because animation is different than live action. So I'm glad that they expanded some things and moved things around to make it work. So I actually liked this movie, and I'm not will I say, like, do I like the original better? I'm a purist, so I'm just gonna say yeah, just because I'm a purist. But do I like this movie, and would I watch it again? And yeah, I would. So there you go. Out of 5 stars, what would you give it?
4.5.
4.5? Oh, okay. Storyline, I mean, it was hard to mess this movie up. It's a clean-cut story. And I think Will Smith did a good job. I thought I was happy with what they did with it. So I'm going to give this 4 stars out of 5. So those are our thoughts. Let us know what you thought in the comments below. Also, if you would like to get deals on movie passes from Regal or for AMC, go to givemedeals.com. Though that's a really fun thing, so check that one out. Other than that, have a great night. Let us know what you thought in the comments below. Mwah! Bye.